Welcome to the Aesthetic Talk, the premier podcast for aesthetic professionals around the world. I'm your host, Jonathan McLean. I'm the proud founder of elite aesthetic healthcare recruiting firm, McLean Aesthetics, connecting the best talent with leading med spas, dermatology, and plastic surgery offices nationwide. On this show, you'll hear from industry experts, medical professionals, and CEOs as they share their journey, provide insight on the latest trends, and offer invaluable advice. To ensure you don't miss out on any of the latest conversation with our experts, subscribe on YouTube and all your favorite podcast platforms.
The Aesthetic Talk Podcast.
Welcome back to the Aesthetic Talk. I'm your host, Jonathan McLean, and today we have a special guest on the show. He's a marketing expert taking over the aesthetic and plastic surgery industry. Please help me introduce Justin Mobb.
Hi, Jonathan. Thank you for the intro.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Glad to have you on the show. I always like to have a good marketing expert on to tell us how do we get patients through the door, right?
Absolutely.
Nice. So I'll start off with my guest just by really speaking about how you got to where you're at, your journey and things like that. Give the audience a little bit of a background about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. My journey in the aesthetic industry, I started in 2017. I think my timestamp that I like to use when Kylie Jenner first got a set of lip fillers, that's when I joined. I started working with a board-certified plastic surgeon in San Francisco, Dr. Fan of 77 Plastic Surgery. He pretty much just like give us a chance, and I pretty much saw an opportunity by coming in the aesthetic industry, knowing that the visual component was really important. So by creating, I guess like videos, and video was also like brand new to Instagram. I think it was when we were first able to post 60-second videos on Instagram. So I took that opportunity to join the industry, knowing that the before and afters, and just creating patient journey was going to be one factor. And then after that, I pretty much after that, it's been working with Dr. Fan in San Francisco. Then after that, I started working with Doc Vegas, pretty known plastic surgeon in Las Vegas, and I've just really been attending a lot of conferences, and I've been working with a lot of med spas and board-certified plastic all over the world for the last. Now, I have this company called the Cosmeticlane, and we're pretty much like one of the largest aesthetic community on Twitter. We have about like over 50,000 followers. And just last year, when we did our 2023 recap, we gathered 300 million impressions for the year. It's been pretty good. I think you're on.
My mic. It's so interesting that people talk about like the Kylie Jenner kind of effect on this industry, and it's interesting that you started in that time. Was there a lot? Do you feel like a lot of people start a company because there's a need, right? So you felt like there was a need that wasn't being filled in the marketing space that you're doing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think now you're able to see a lot of marketing agencies that are specialized in the aesthetic industry. When I first got in, I was really, and I decided to go niche, probably like about a year and a half, 2 years after. So by the time I was 2019, I was already specialized only within the aesthetic industry. There was definitely a need, and I think there was a lot of marketers, but there was nobody there was only like a few that were niche within the industry. So just me having all the knowledge, working with different medical device companies in Mode, EL, Candela, I was able to really just get a lot of knowledge, but showcase that by helping a lot of like aesthetic practice market.
Yeah. All right, awesome. So tell us about Cosmeticlane. What are the services that you guys offer?
So Cosmeticlane, we are a full service marketing agency, and like our goal is pretty much to bridge the gap between the patients service providers. So, like I said, like we have the full marketing agency side where we do video content, advertising, merchandise, and our community, which is where we have a lot of patients and a lot of database, where we inform them about the latest treatments that are available within the industry. So we
Nice.
bridge the gap pretty much. So when we work with certain practices or certain aesthetic practices, might just be like, okay, well, we have about let's say 30 people in your area that are looking to get let's say lip fillers or body contouring services. So we're able to help them connect clients and influencers. We can whenever it's time to shoot patient journeys, and we already have the people to create those segments or to create that content.
Nice, nice. So you work with, I'm assuming, newer practices, and then also people that are already in business and very experienced, correct?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Nice, nice. And I want to talk about influencer marketing a little bit. A lot of
Mhm.
people are skeptical about it. You get somebody in, they sell, they come in and do the video, and then you don't get much calls. What are some keys to kind of picking a great influencer and things to do with them after you get them?
I think it's a hit or miss. I think for me personally, the campaigns that I've been more successful, it's been with the influencers that I was able to build a relationship over the year versus, going on Instagram and seeing, okay, well, this popular influencer that's in San Diego, for example, but I never spoke with them. The first thing that I spoke to him is to offer them some sort of deal. I think it makes more sense if like you are able to create a relationship with the influencer beforehand. And after that, once you need them, then it feels like more organic. Like they're not gonna let's say let you down at the last second. Because the problem with influencer marketing that most of the practices that I've worked with had in the past is that once they work with an influencer, after that they don't post on time, or they might just get the treatment, or they might just get a series treatment, and they might just make one Instagram story. Like you want to make sure that if you offer treatments to an influencer, that's going to be worth it on the long term, not like post on their story that they're going to make a post on their Instagram feed as well, even create like a reel and making sure that they speak highly about like your practice instead of just making one story post on every treatment. There's nothing positive comes out of it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And with that being said, like I have a question about influencers because I had a side project that I was working on, and I was drafting a couple influencers, and a lot of them were late, to be honest, and kind of weren't really professional. So how do you find, like, what are the keys to kind of know, hey, is this person going to be professional? Like you just said, right? Are they going to post on time and get your end of what you're looking out the deal?
I think it's important to have an onboarding process. There's a form that we make sure that we send out to the influencers before they come in. We let them know, I guess what the movie look like. If they would like to make like a story, like the specific location where they can make a post for their audience. And then after that, but I never really had an issue about like I would say influencer not being professional. I think it's more about like the amount of time that they post I guess, like, on their stories or on their feed and making sure that it looks like organic and not necessarily like a paid collaboration. People are able to tell when it's just like a paid collaboration versus something that feels more organic.
Awesome, awesome. All right, and then with that being said, let's move into our first segment.
The Aesthetic Talk Podcast.
Now, our first segment is called we put you in this hot seat and ask you questions that we have came up with and just get your opinion. It's about the aesthetic industry, okay?
Mhm.
So from your point of view, when it comes to marketing, what do you feel like is ruining, or what do you feel like is not being accomplished in the aesthetic industry? Or what can we change to kind of enhance that?
What can we change like in the marketing?
Yeah, what are people doing that's kind of like bad marketing or outdated?
I mean, stock pictures. I think anything related to stock pictures, I think it's like in 2024, you shouldn't have like a plastic surgery clinic that has a bunch of like stock pictures to promote their service. So I think that's definitely one thing that should go. The second thing, not that needs to go, but I think not everybody has the personality to be a TikTok influencer, right? So like there's a lot of like nurse injector or estheticians that just be dancing on TikTok because it's trendy. But I don't think that it fits with everyone's personality because if I see you on TikTok dancing, like, I expect a certain type of energy when I see you in person, right? And sometimes it doesn't reflect in person. You can tell that someone only did that for because it was a trend. But if you have the personality and it's really like, I guess part of the way you, interact with people, then it makes sense. But I don't think everybody should, jump on all of the trends dancing on TikTok to get impression.
Okay, I can see that. Let's talk about what you just said about an injector, right? If they're doing these TikTok trends or any trend, right? It could be on Instagram, it could be
Mhm.
any platform. And then when you come to see them, they don't have that same energy. How does that affect sales?
I think people are able to tell, like I said, if it's not organic or if you can tell that someone is only doing, something for social media. I think it definitely like it doesn't mean that the treatment or the services that they offer is not going to be good. I think people like always like fall in love with the personality more than like the service. So like it has to be a combination of both. So it needs to.
Yeah, I can definitely understand. And the reason I even bring that up is because I always speak when I'm staffing for injectors, I always let them know like if you want your customers to buy into you, you can't eat McDonald's every day and not work out and not take care of yourself because people want to come to get injected by you because you look like someone that they want to look like, or you look like someone that they feel as though is confident enough to give them the look that they're looking for. So I think it's a
Mhm.
total aesthetic industry. It's not just a 9 to 5 type of, hey, I'm going to work, I'm leaving type of gig.
Right. Yeah. Fair to say.
Awesome, awesome. So let's ask about Facebook ads, right? I get a lot of questions about Facebook, Instagram ads. Do they actually work? And what are maybe like one tip to kind of enhance that?
I think they're definitely working. Um, I think I just had this conversation with my partner a couple of days ago. I think for Facebook ads, when you sell a product, there's people that might be selling, let's say like toothbrush or I guess like merchandise or T-shirts. If you do a Facebook ad, if you do a Facebook ad and you only like post a picture of your product, then it's something that might sell, right? But like if you are like I guess aesthetic practice or a nurse injector, and people want to feel your personality. So the best way or the most effective ways for us to do those Facebook ads is by creating content that you're able to showcase like the different services, but you're also able to showcase the personality, the like aesthetic professional that's going to be providing the services. So it's very important to create good video content for Facebook ads. That's what's been converting the most in our client.
And should that be somebody you hire outside, like outsource, or should you make a hire inside your team full time? It's like marketing.
So, um, I would say it depends, right? It depends on the people that you have working at your office. Company culture is definitely like very important. As someone who's worked as a full time as I guess like a social media manager slash creative director for an aesthetic practice. Um, I guess for me it was a little bit different. Some people just take it as a job. So you can tell that they do their 9 to 5, and after that, like they're not like I guess the industry is not really a part of their lifestyle or anything like that versus someone that actually cares. You're gonna be able to tell the difference in the content that they create if they're going to go the extra mile to reach out to influencers outside of work to create relationship. So I think if you have that person in office, then you should definitely, I guess, like, use that to their full potential, but if you only have, like, someone at the front desk or someone else who's doing your social media that don't really care outside of, like, the, working hours, then you should definitely, like, hire, like, a marketing agency, that specialize within the aesthetic industry because those people tend to care a little bit more because that's something I mean, for us personally, like, the Cosmeticlane, all of the clients that we work with, people can tell that we care and that we actually like in tune with everything that's happening in the industry. So I think that that makes a difference. You want to make sure that whoever is taking care of your social media, that's someone that care.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I think the aesthetic industry is a little bit different than all the other. It's not like urgent care or um, primary care, things like that. It's a little bit different than all that those fields. So I think definitely hiring somebody that specializes in just aesthetics will work well.
Correct.
Nice, nice. Now I want to talk about like buy one get one free discounts, things like that. Does that cheapen the brand, or what are your thoughts on that?
Um, I don't think it cheapens the brand. I think it needs to be. I think it needs to be intentional. Um, so let's say, for example, Valentine's Day is coming. So it will be good for anyone that gets like a lot of practices or a lot of med spas are gonna do his and hers, I guess deals. So like it makes sense, I guess for Valentine's Day or any holiday that is related to the aesthetic industry. But just like on a regular day, if you just post something on Groupon, I don't think like it might work, but I don't think it's the best way to retain, I guess, actual patients who come to your practice.
And why is that? That's a good point. Why are those when you do those deals? Why don't those customers come back, or why is that such hard to retain?
Um, I mean, because you personally, how many times have you like used anything? I don't recall the last time that I used Groupon personally. But the last time that I did, um, I'm not sure if or I can actually remember the last time that I used like a Groupon sale, but I never went back to that place, right? Because for me, I was just like, okay, well, it's a cheap thing that like I did it one time, but like I'm like if I'm actually about to spend money out of my pocket, like it's going to be at a place that I actually would like to go. And I feel like by cheaping up your services, it, it might not be the best way to retain some clients.
Yeah, yeah, no, I can definitely understand that. I was thinking about it as you were saying. I was like, haven't you Groupon in years, like a lot of years.
Right.
Yeah, but again, like you get the service and you're like, I don't really want to go back here. Like it's not worth it.
Mhm.
In your brain, that stigma. And I've talked to a lot of different people, and most of them do not lessen their prices because of the exact same reason. So I can definitely agree with that.
Mhm.
Awesome. So let's move into our last segment.
The Aesthetic Talk Podcast.
So this segment is called Ask the Expert. We ask you, being the expert, questions that viewers have written in about the industry. We just want to get your opinion. All right.
Okay.
All right. So when it comes to like Instagram boosts, you know how you boost your posts. Do you feel as though that is something that helps sales and can grow?
Only if only if it's a post that already is viral. So let's say there's a certain threshold, depending on like the size of like your, I guess, like your Instagram following. Let's say if you have like a Instagram post that has like, let's say like a 20,000 like impressions, and you average about like 3 to 4,000, and I think that might be worth like boosting it, but you need to reach a certain threshold. So the post already needs to be doing good before you actually boost it. You don't want to boost a post that already has like mediocre results or poor average watch time. You want to make sure that like it's gonna be worth it, or that post already gathered a lot of it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So the boost is not for every post, but the ones that are really doing good, you want to that makes it go a little bit faster or
Yeah,
get more viewers.
correct.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, awesome. Now, when it comes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, what is because I see a lot of injectors using those four. Which one would
Mhm.
you say is like the best platform right now?
I mean, it depends. I think everybody should pick up 3 platforms, and the 3 platforms that are working the best for their practice. I think that's something that they should just stick with. I'm just gonna go with, I guess, like our company, the Cosmeticlane. So right now, nobody is using Twitter, but Twitter has just been doing like wonders for us. So for us right now, we're using Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We're not on TikTok, but there's other people that it might be Instagram, TikTok, and let's say like YouTube, because YouTube Shorts is also like a good platform right now. There's a lot of people that are able to get a lot of a lot of impressions and like close, like even get like influencer partnership through YouTube. So I would say like just pick the 3 platforms, but as far as like the industry, um, there's not a lot of people that are like using Snapchat. I think the OG Snapchat users like Dr. Miami, and I think there's Dr. Six as well, who's in Toronto. That they got a lot of followers on Snapchat where they're able to post the actual procedure, because I think on Snapchat it might not be, you're able to post like during surgery, you're able to post like the whole it's like surgery without getting censored. So it really depends, but I would say just stick to 3 platforms because it's already hard to just like keep up with one platform, to be honest. But so you don't want to spread yourself and all over. So I would say 2 to 3 platforms max. But the ones that you named are very like valid. So like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. And
Can we talk about Snapchat and Twitter? But Snapchat, I see a lot of like celebrities and influencers heading back over there right now. What's kind of
Mhm.
going that trending? Is that something that's going to be on the next come up?
I think Gen Z like loves Snapchat for whatever reason. But as let's say like from the aesthetic industry perspective, like I said, like there's less, like you're able to show more without like getting censored or getting like shadow banned. So people are really able to get to see some things that like they might not be able to watch on Instagram and Facebook, for example. And Twitter, the same thing. Even though now that Elon Musk like took over the platform, it's a little bit different. I think that there's like really like you're able to get shadow banned if you post stuff that is too graphic. But I think it's still like a better option than using Facebook when you can actually like lose your account if you post like something that is too graphic. For
Okay, nice, nice. So that's good. That's really good information, though, because I think a lot of
Mhm.
people question like, which platform should I choose? You can't be on all of them. I try to even be on a lot of them, and it takes a lot of work. You can't deal with everything, but knowing which one to pick based on your clientele, depending on who you're targeting, is important information.
Mhm.
Now, I've been seeing a lot of people post before and afters, and they'll tag like Miami Beach, or they'll tag like the Hard Rock Cafe, or they'll tag a certain hot spot, right? Tell us a little bit about that. Does that work? Is that something? Is that a trend?
Um, I don't think it matters
Mhm.
at this point. Um, like I said, like it used to be a thing where okay, well, if you have like let's say like a 50,000 followers or 100,000 followers, then you had an advantage over the creator that only had let's say like 1,000 or 5,000 followers. But right now, the way the algorithm is set up is just like as if you have a video that gets a lot of like watch time, you're able anyone like where everyone is on the same plateau, everybody's able to go viral. So there's but a bigger account is probably gonna get more reach within because they have more followers. But I think now because of the way the algorithm is set up with the keywords and the hashtag and like the and just like I guess like everything the how can I say that? Um Not necessarily like just the algorithm. Um how do you say there's like the keywords, there's 3 things. There's the keywords, um there's the watch time, and I think the third thing is the keyword, the watch time, and I think the location doesn't really matter. Overall, that's one of the things that the location doesn't really matter. Everybody is able to go viral, just based on like I guess the content that they put out there.
Nice, nice. How much or how big is the website for each clinic or med spa?
Um, it depends. I don't think the website matters as much. I think people will go on Instagram to see the before and afters. The website might just be to, I guess, like maybe look at the pricing or look at the location, see different pictures of like the actual facility. But I think landing pages matters more. What we've been using with some of our clients is like a specific landing page. So let's say if they purchase a new device, or let's say for body contouring or a laser device, then you do a specific landing page for that service that they're trying to promote. And after that, people that are interested are able to put their information. And then after that, you're able to follow up with them based on that specific service instead of them just having to follow, or instead of having the patient to just like reach out to the clinic for whatever service, you're able to funnel it to like a very specific, I guess, like a service, and it's easier to sell this way.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I like.
landing page over website. That's what I would say that would be planned for 2020 for that clinic should focus.
Yeah, and I think people would like underestimate, like just like you said, gathering people's information, right? Their email stuff. Hey, they don't buy
Mhm.
now, target them later. Send them information later. Engage them back later. I think that's a huge step to really building a big fan base or client base, whatever you want to call it, but building that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
What are some tips when when patients come in the office to really give them, I guess, the best experience, you would say, from like a marketing standpoint?
Oh man, I've worked with some of the best. Like when I get questions like this, like it's so easy for me to picture because um I have worked with like, or I have some current clients that are doing like exactly I guess like the right things to I guess like keep I guess like the clients in and just like to get their attention as soon as they walk in. Not everybody has access to this I guess like those big monitors like for people, or just having like a TV that's playing like a video of like I would say like different of the services, playing some highlight reels of the clinic. So I would say that is one thing. So if you as soon as people walk in, if you're able to have like a monitor, let's say even behind the front desk or just like on the side, playing like some highlight reels of the clinic, I think that like that would be one. The second thing, if you're able to, I would say not necessarily to retain people's like attention, but if you want people to leave a review, you should have like a Google review QR code that's printed just like on the little I guess like a little pamphlet for people as soon as like they walk in or whenever they leave, they scan the code, and after that they're able to leave a review. I think that's definitely like a good thing to do as well. And just having like a Instagram, uh, I guess like an Instagram station could just be like a backdrop, the logo. It could be a neon sign or something that as soon as people come in, they're able to take a picture, just to say that, okay, well, I just stopped at, such and such clinic, and that's going to be kind of like a landmark for your practice. I think these are three things definitely should have out of their clinic.
Yeah, no, that's important because some of my favorite restaurants or some of the places I love to go right now is because they have like that Instagrammable thing that I see over and over and over again by everybody that's doing it. So I think that's important of those things that you just named. How
Mhm.
do you go viral in these times? Like, what are the tips to, or are there any tips to go viral, or is it just organic?
Oh man, I think for us, since like I guess like we use Twitter, it's a really good platform to go viral because it used to be like that, and I think it's still the case. News or anything is gonna go viral on Twitter before it goes to Instagram, like just by default, because Twitter is a text platform. So if there's anything that is happening, people will be hype about it versus taking a picture and posting about it. So it's gonna be quicker to go viral on Twitter versus Instagram. Even though now you have those big accounts like Shade Room, I guess like the Neighborhood Talk, and you have a lot of those big aesthetic platform. I think I can. There's nothing that there's not a platform that I think that I can come up on top of my head. But there's a lot of I think there's like it's not the Surgery 411. I think they're located in Miami. There's a few others that are like sharing the news. But for us, like reporting on anything that is related to, I guess, like the pop culture, like it's easier to go viral this way. The latest thing that has gone viral for us, it was Oprah. I think she a couple of months ago she denied being on Ozempic, and then after that, I think recently, I think it was like last month in December, she finally admitted that she actually was on it, and she basically was have to be open about it. And we reported it, and it went viral. We had a few things go viral. We had a Lil Durk got I think he got a facial. He got a CO2 facial. And I think he got Morpheus 8 as well. We got that went viral. So anything that is related to celebrities, pretty much pop culture. Um, Even though we try to stay away from it, but I think that people naturally just grab the celebrity culture is not something that is going anywhere, right? Like, so people, like, automatically gravitate towards anything that is related to a celebrity, so I think that's a good way to, I guess, like, get some attention from people that are not part of your original following.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and that's a really those are really good tips. And I did not know. I know you told me this before, but I didn't know Twitter was such a resource. So you really put it on that.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Nice, nice.
People should follow us on the Cosmetic Lane if you'd like to, see more content regarding, just like aesthetic industry, anyone, or any celebrity that is getting.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you, Justin, so much for so tell everybody where they can find you if they have questions, more questions about this, or how they can get in contact with you about your services.
Yeah, most definitely. So Justin Mob on all platform, Instagram, and Twitter, LinkedIn as well. Start posting on LinkedIn a little bit more. I started this segment, top of the year called Live from the OR, which is pretty much a segment dedicated to, I guess, just like reporting on the aesthetic industry and my personal experiences, as far as like the conferences that I've attended over the last couple of years, and I guess like the latest treatments that are available within the aesthetic industry. Like last year in 2022, I was part of the case uh, of a case study for M-Face, which is like a treatment that was offered by BTL. So yeah, feel free to follow me on my Instagram at Justin Mob and the Cosmeticlane as well, which is like my agency. You can follow it on Instagram at the Cosmeticlane and on Twitter at the Cosmeticlane as well. On Twitter is really where we have most of our community. So we have over like 50,000 followers. There's a lot of high profile influencers that are following us. We're able to get the attention of Cardi B, the Claremont Plans, and many more. So yeah, feel free to follow us on there. We have some pretty great content and YouTube as well at the Cosmetic Man. We have a segment called Ask the Expert. So we pretty much just showcase whenever we go to a different clinics or different plastic surgery office, we do some one-on-one interview with, I guess, some professionals that we consider experts, where they just discuss a different topic.
Nice, nice. Everybody go check that out. And until next time, peace.
Bye. Thank you.